Hi everyone, welcome to today's math lesson. This is video number 3, and we're going to move on from measurement today, and we're going to start talking about some graphs and data and some charts. So today we are going to be talking about how graphs are a way of organizing data so that we can look at it and answer some questions. Data is information that we collect from voting for something or from observations. And so today we are going to work on organizing some data and answering some questions by looking at some graphs and charts. For today's lesson, all you need is your Blue Math Workbook, Module 3, this one, some crayons and a pencil, and then we'll get started. So we're going to start today by looking at some examples of graphs. So graphs can look different, the way that the information is laid out. But you'll notice every graph always has a title. So whenever you start looking at the graph, start by looking at the title. That's going to tell you what you're looking at. So for example, this is called the Math Club. And you can see this says Math Club members. So we're talking about who is in this math club. You have the number of boys and the number of girls. And here you can see the data is laid out in what we call bars. So you can clearly see how many students are in the math club. Here's another example. And this is a jar of cookies. So the title of this is Cookies in a Jar. And this time our information is in pictures. Sometimes we call these pictographs. So you can see, you can see the different types of cookies on the side. Chocolate chip, oatmeal, and peanut butter. And then you can see how many cookies of each there are. You can also look, sometimes they'll have what we call a key, where it'll tell you what the picture means. So this cookie picture equals 1 cookie. So whenever you start to look at graphs, before you try to answer any questions, you want to study the graph. And here's the example that we're going to go over today. So as you can see, we have some school supplies. And this graph is going to be called the school supply tally. But what's different about this, you can see down here we have what we call a table. A table is where our data is organized. But if you noticed, there's no data in our table. And if you look at the picture at the top, all of our data is all mixed up on this desk here. So our job first is to organize the data. So today, I'm going to show you how to organize some data and how to read your graph when we're done organizing. So the first thing we're going to do is organize all of these pictures that are up here. How are we going to do that? We can't cut out the pictures and move them around into piles. Well, today that's where your crayons are going to come in. We are going to color code our data so that we can organize it into our table. So I'm going to go to my table first and look at what they need from me. We need to find the sharpeners, the glue bottles, the pencils, and the erasers. So I'm going to use a different color for each one of those. So I'm going to start with the pencil sharpeners. And I'm going to color each pencil sharpener and count them up. So I see there's one here. And there's one here. There's another. There's another. And there's another. And I didn't do my best coloring. Make sure you do your best coloring when you do yours. So I'm going to stop there so I don't get anything confused. And I'm going to go to my sharpeners. And this says they want me to draw tallies for the number of sharpeners that are in the picture. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to draw 6 tallies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when we draw tallies, we make them into groups of 5. So my 5th tally is going to go across. So 4, 5, 6. And then it says total. I'm going to write a 6. All right, so my next supply is a glue bottle. So now I'm going to color all of my glue bottles. All right, so I have one here. Another right here. There's one. And there's one. And the last one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now, what am I going to do in my tallies? How many am I going to draw? 5, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember what I do with my 5th? Slash it through the group and write my total, 5. All right, the next one says pencil. So I am going to go ahead and color all the pencils. There's one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look here, there's a bunch right here. There's one, there's one. There we go. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go to my table and draw 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and my last one says erasers. So I'm going to color in my erasers up here. Okay, and I can see there's 1, 2, 3 that we have on our desk. So I'm going to draw 3 tallies. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that is how we organize data and put it into a table if they didn't do that for you. And you'll see that on a couple of your workbook pages that you'll have to organize some data and write your results in the table. So if we were to look at our table, now we can answer some questions about it. So if we look at this, and I said, boys and girls, what school supply had the most on the desk? Take a look at this table and tell me what you think. I hope you said pencil, because if you look at our total, the pencil has 8. And what if I said, what supply was the least? You would say erasers. That's right, because it's the lowest number. And if I said, how many sharpeners were on the desk? You would look at your table and say, 6. Okay? So we always want to make sure our data is really organized so that we can answer the questions about the graph. All right, we are going to now look at another graph that's already done for us. And we're going to see if we can easily answer some questions from that. Okay, so this is the one that I showed you a few minutes ago. This is the pictograph of the cookies in the jar. So we're going to study our table first. They already organized our information. So we're looking at cookies in a jar. Chocolate chip. Here are our chocolate chip cookies. And remember, we searched before and we saw this key. So each picture is one cookie. So we're going to count our cookies for the chocolate chip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just going to write myself a little note right here that we counted 7. That way I don't have to go count them again. Now for oatmeal, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna write myself a note. We counted 4. And then peanut butter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, so now we're ready to answer some questions about our graph. If you want to try to answer these with me, please give it a try. Question 1. How many peanut butter cookies are there? Well, I'm going to go back to peanut butter and look what we counted. 6. Good. Okay. How many chocolate chip cookies are there? So again, I'm going to go up to chocolate chip, and we found there are 7. Good. All right. Which kind of cookie has the least number? Remember, least means the lowest or the smallest number. So which cookie has the smallest number? Well, if I look here, I can either look at my pictures and see, ooh, this one's really short, or I can look at my numbers and I can see that oatmeal has the least number. But am I going to write a 4 here? Nope, that's not what they're asking. They said, which kind of cookie? So we're going to write the word oatmeal. I'm going to copy it right from the graph so I spell it right. All right, number 4. Are there more oatmeal or peanut butter cookies? So I'm looking at oatmeal and peanut butter. So here's oatmeal and here's peanut butter. So it says, which one is more? Well, I can look. This has a longer line of cookies. But I can also look at the numbers, 6 and 4. Which number is greater? 6, right? So I'm going to write peanut butter. And remember, copy it right from the graph so that you spell it right. Okay, our next question. How many cookies are there in all? Well, if I think back to what I already know about those key words, in all means adding or subtracting. In all is adding. So they want to know how many cookies all together. So there are 2 ways we can do this. We can count all of the cookies, or you can make an addition sentence with 3 parts. Okay? So either way is okay. Go ahead and start counting the cookies, or I can say 7 plus 4 plus 6. Well, I see a pretty easy fact right here. I see 6 plus 4, and I know my tens. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 7 more is 17. Now, I can check my work by counting. So I'm going to start from 7 because I know there are 7 in the first row. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Our answers match. Nice work. Okay. There are more peanut butter cookies than chocolate chip cookies. Circle your answer, true or false. Let's think about that. There are more peanut butter cookies than chocolate chip. What do you think? No, chocolate chip has more. Peanut butter has 6, but chocolate chip has 7. So that would be false. Okay. What kind of cookie has the most number? So again, if I look at my numbers, which one is the most? That's right, chocolate chip. So I'm going to copy it right from the graph. All right, and that is how we answer questions from our chart or our graph. So now we're going to go over your assignment in your Blue Math workbook quickly to make sure you're on the right track. All right, so like I said before, this lesson is going to be covering the first part of our graphs and charts. So that means you are responsible for pages 17, 18, and 19. So in your Blue Math workbook, I'm looking at page 17. And if you notice, this has some data up here that's all mixed up. So you're going to use your crayons and you are going to organize the data, and then you are going to draw your tallies for each color, and then you'll be able to answer the questions. You have to organize your data first. On page 18, the data is organized for you. Make sure you study this chart, and then you can answer your questions. And the last page for this lesson video is page 19. And again, your chart data is all organized. You just have to find the totals, and then you can answer your questions. Okay, I think you're ready to go on your graphing workbook pages. Remember, this lesson is for pages 17, 18, and 19. If you want some extra practice on graphing, you can go on to IXL Math, Topic O, that has lots of graphing activities for you there. And as always, if you have any questions, please contact any of the first grade teachers, and we're happy to help. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.